So, section. Fire by section. Ready. Okay. Fire. Okay. There's everybody who shot your whole deal. Okay, now until you get reloaded, you're at the mercy of this. Yep. Combat typically started at about 400 yards. You work down, and the regiment would get as close as 30 or 35 yards and stand apart and hammer each other. Most of the time, you could see someone
loud enough for you.
There are incidents
Like one,
to see that
at
picture.
Gettysburg.
Sound like one shot there.
North Carolina and the 24th Michigan stood 30 paces apart and hammered each other for 30 minutes.
That's just muskets. Imagine what cannons sound like.
Now also remember, the mentality at that time, a man did not aim at a man. What you did is when you brought your musket up, you squinted your eyes so you aimed at the entire body of the man. Because the 19th century man, murder was murder. Killing your fellow man was killing your fellow man.
Smell it.
And to absolutely aim at somebody was committing murder. Early in the war, they did not have that in their list. So you get kind of this where you get that fog and fire. Now, one of the things you can do is fire by rank. That way you're keeping one rank loaded all the time. One, rear rank. Take aim. Fire! You're going to shoot your rear rank first. Keep your front rank ready in case they try to dash in on you.
Okay.
It's got to be loud on your ear.
Okay.
When you get your rear rank ready,
Take
when
aim.
you're going to fire the front rank.
Fire.
Now you can also fire by file. Now see if you break it down to a wing and you want to try to keep fire on those people all the time. For the simple reason it's harder for them to kill you if rounds are passing by their head. They're going to be less effective. So you can fire by rank, fire by wing, you can fire by company within those battalions. In other words, 5 companies take, and that way you're always having like 100 guys shoot. Now, casualties in the war, by the middle of the war, the average regiment was about 600 guys. By the end of the war, the average regiments were about 200 guys. My favorite firing command in the Southern
200
Army
or 2?
was fire by file.
200.
Fire by file means you shoot one file at a time and it marches down the line. By the time it hits the end of the company, those front groups are loaded and putting out fire again. Firing by file.
Section. Fire by file. Attention. Firing.
See, as it went down the line, by the time it got to the line, and say that was also immediate fire by wheel. One of the things most people don't understand about that time period, the soldier was issued 40 rounds. And the way he believed, the quicker he could get those 40 rounds out, the quicker him and his unit go to the rear. And after that, it was a rare thing that you could reissue them ammunition to go back into the fight. They generally did not want to do that.
That's how loud.
The American Civil War started in what's called the second generation of tactics. There's only been 3 tactics to warfare, 3 generations of tactics to warfare since the world began. The first one is you rush out there, you beat the guy in the head with a club, take what you want. The second generation of warfare is the linear formation. Everything is lines and boxes. The Romans, the Greeks invented that, the Romans improved upon it. The Revolutionary War was linear tactics. The American Civil War was linear tactics. World War I, it was a mess. Tactics hadn't caught up with the weapons. The American Civil War basically ended in the trenches at Petersburg. World War I started in the open fields, and they immediately went back into the trenches because the air was a deadly environment of machine gun bullets, shot, shell, so men had to dig like goats. World War II brought the new generation. Does anybody know what that is? Fire and movement.
Yep.
Today, what do we use? Fire and movement.
Yep.
So think about in 6,000 years of organization on this planet, we've only had 3 generations of combat.
Last 2 in the last 100 years.
There's a new generation, and we feel and taste the edge of it now. Go ahead. What you do is you see the enemy, you start to engage them. You start it several hundred yards away. You pour fire on them. The officer's job as a colonel of a regiment, he doesn't run the captains, he doesn't run the men. Those are the captain's jobs in each company. His primary job, as described in The Art of War by Marshal Jomy, is to gauge the effect of fire upon the enemy. What is he looking for? You're looking for the effects of your fire. You're looking for when they're getting ready to wake.
Come on up here, buddy. You can see better.
Thank you.
Combat during that time is very simple. You're trying to take an objective, a piece of ground. Combat today is a little different than that. We fight for other things than just a simple piece of ground. But back then, that's all we fought. Your job was to move forward. You'd get the order from the Corps commander to move your men forward and sweep them off that hill. You'd start engaging the enemy at 400 yards. You'd move up in like 50 to 60 yard increments till you close it down to about 30 yards. At 30 yards, you're hoping that they've moved off. If they haven't moved off, you have to move the people off. See, this is the way a charge comes in.
Charge! Balance! That's the quick step! March!
See, this is the way the charge comes in. Just like that. And see, the good thing is the officer actually didn't do his job well, because I didn't see y'all run. Y'all weren't intimidated, so they should have put more.
He was about to.
Well, I'm telling you, we've done this all over, and of course, you know, having 5 guys and having 35 or 40 guys is different. We're down in Atlanta at the Battle of Atlanta, and we're federal down there. And on school day, which is Friday, they've got hundreds of school kids there. And so we do that, bring them in, and of course now everybody's screaming like they should be. The kids run. And I mean, just go flying away, the teachers run. You can see teachers running the kids over. They run through the cavalry camp, and where the ropes are, you can see the cavalry camp collapsing as they're being run under the ropes and tearing the stakes out of the ground and stuff. And all but one runs. And he just stands there defiant looking. And
Sign him up.
He's like a little Mexican kid. And so when they come back and we're letting them come up, look at the muskets and stuff like that. Well, my first sergeant's standing there, and the little Mexican kid was stood there all along. JD says, "Would you like to look at my musket?" And he picks it up and he goes, "Say hello to my little son." We fell around. I thought. And the one thing I didn't think about is some of those kids that come out of the bad situation in Atlanta, and so the shooting had them all at edge.
Yeah.
And when the guys rushed in there, it didn't matter if it was blue or gray.
They were gone.
out of there. And I mean, they were fast. The lake is what stopped them. Right there. Otherwise, I don't know. They might not have ever recovered. But to see the tickets run too, I've never. I mean, we've done hundreds of these.